Hello out there, you puny weaklings, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Cooking with Conan. On this special Cracking with Conan, we're gonna do Hungarian style chunky meat beef. Yeah. So on today's episode with Hungarian meat beefy chunks, we're going to be using round steak. We also use some French green beans, tomato soup, some onions, my favorite, and some peppers. The first thing we need to do is coat our beef in flour and spices. Let's begin. So we're gonna take our meat out and our pre-seasoned flour. There's just pepper and salt in here. And we're gonna coat these hearty pieces of meat. This is key to the cooking. It not only crisps your meat up, but it allows the flour to make sure you have a hearty base for your meat chunky stew. Now it's very important how we chop all our veggies for this dish. Most of you little girly men, again, use one of these little knives. Conan goes to one of his machete choppers. Get into my chopper. Now that our veggies are macerated, let's go ahead and start cooking our beef. We're gonna add it into the pan. And we're gonna brown it on both sides. Once our meat is browned on both sides, we'll take it back out and we'll get it ready for the crock pot. Now that our beef is browned, we're gonna go ahead and put everything together in the crock pot. Get into the crock pot. The first thing we're gonna do as always is drain the beans. Now that our beans are drained, we're gonna go ahead and start by making a layer of peppers and onions on the bottom. And then once we do that, we'll add some of our green beans. And then we'll start to layer the meat in there. Now that we have a layer of all that going on, let's go ahead and add our tomato soup. Now that we have everything in there, we'll go ahead and have a party for 8 hours while our crock goes on low. After waiting all day for everything to cook in the crock, we're ready to make our rice. First, let's start by measuring our rice. Now that we have our rice measured, I'm gonna show you an ancient secret while we cook it. We're gonna brown it first. This isn't anything Uncle Raja knows about. I learned this from Genghis Khan. Now that our rice has had a chance to brown and cook a little bit, we're gonna add our water. Remember, it's a 2-to-1. No finger technique here. Now that our rice is cooked all the way, we're gonna go ahead and dish it up because the troops are hungry and so am I. First, we'll get a scoop of rice, maybe 2, and then we'll go over to our crock pot that we've ignored all day. We haven't touched this crock pot. And we'll get a scoop, maybe 2, and now that it's in there, we're ready to feast. I appreciate you coming out and hanging with Conan again for another cooking show. Looks like the dogs are hungry and I'm hungry, so we'll leave you at that. Yeah!
Like I'm going on a river.